How's it going, everybody? This is Rob back with another podcast. Two in 2 days in a row. Okay. So where do I begin? Last night I went and watched the new Avengers. So with this particular podcast, I wanted to do a sort of group discussion with everybody. When it comes to the particular, just to review my thoughts, and I wanted to do it as a group. So let's see, who do we have on this second? As I switch back and forth between Google Hangouts and my. So far, we got 2 people watching. Good. So I'm going to share that to Twitter, and I've shared the link for our co-hosts, or my friends. Let's see. Hoping somebody comes on tonight, because I know we were actually setting this up. If not, then I'll probably get started. Because let me tell you, haha, MJ, very funny. Batman is not Marvel. How dare you? Actually, I like Batman. Batman's cool. Lies. No, they're not lies. They're the truth. Hey, Alexandria, as well. So, yeah, I'm hoping, because I know I was going to talk about it with Sage, as well as talk about it with Magi. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and send, just so it doesn't seem like Aiden. Aiden looks like he's on. I'm going to send him a thing just in case. As well as one for Magi. And Sage. Also, I made a crack about the Bambi rap in one of my earlier videos. I know. Our good buddy Sage was looking it up, trying to out of spite, is this it? And I'm like, no. And I'm thinking to myself, I think they took it down. It's probably one of the most messed up things I've ever seen. All right. MJ writes, I'll be on in a bit. Just got done eating. All right, so we got 4 people. Oh, and for this podcast, I just want this one to be a fun one. I don't want to bring up anybody when involving drama. Actually, the funny thing is, I just got off the phone with my wife, and we were talking about the channel, and she's like, maybe you should just focus on drama.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
We're talking about Avengers. You've seen it, right?
Endgame? No.
Ah, son of a.
That's why I'll be sticking around until we reach the spoiler stuff.
I'll let everybody know when we start doing spoilers. I'm waiting for hoping Magi and Sage get on like quickly.
Here's
So we
hoping.
were trying
Otherwise,
to.
this will end up being a bust.
Well, it'll probably end up being like just me talking about it.
That'll be a shame.
Yeah, but shit happens. But I'm gonna say this right now, though. Holy crap! Was that movie just fucking amazing? And it doesn't even like not going. I don't know if this would be counted as a spoiler, but it does not. It doesn't hold its punches. It doesn't
Damn.
at all.
I
It
don't. That
it
shouldn't be considered a spoiler.
it gets you. It really does.
Damn. Hearts of Infinity War got me, so. Oof.
Well, especially the ending with like the deaths for some of our characters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by the way, 22 films.
Yep.
We've had, was it like 10 or 11 years for Marvel?
Remember. I don't remember.
Well, either way, it's been a very long. I'm gonna say this: it has been for this franchise. It's been a very long and hard journey for all of the characters that we've grown accustomed to.
That's. Oof. So, my question is whether or not the upcoming Spider-Man movie is going to be like, will it take place before Infinity War or?
From what I've heard, it comes after. No, it comes after Endgame.
Okay. Interesting.
And I'll go into more of why I believe that after when we get closer to spoilers.
All right.
But oh my gosh.
Man.
MJ's asking about the Bambi rap. It was something I found a couple of years ago. Actually, no, not I found some asshole from work. He was actually a good friend of mine. Friggin' sent it to me, and it is probably one of the most disturbing things I have ever seen.
Bambi rap. You mean like as in Disney's Bambi?
Yes.
Okay then.
Yeah. MJ, let's hear. Oh, everybody, if you can, tweet out the stream. That'd be really awesome. I will say that it's probably not as disturbing as Cupcake.
Yeah, I didn't really find Cupcake all that disturbing. It was like, whoa.
And that's funny that you know.
But
that's funny how you know what I'm talking about.
I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about.
While in the background, they have "Get Ready to Die" playing in the background.
You talking about that MLP thing? All right.
Yeah. So now you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that's what you were talking about, but wasn't 100%.
Oh my gosh, dude, watching bronies react to that is fucking hilarious.
A lot of bronies actually like it.
Well, the ones that I mean, a few of them that were on the video did not like it at all. One dude acting as if he's throwing up because of the horror that he witnessed. Hey, vegan.
Like, I know next to nothing of My Little Pony, but it was an interesting take on that character.
Hmm.
And from what I do understand of that character,
or do you mean the characters? Or are you talking about the
in
character?
general?
Yeah, just in general, the character that's presented in the thing. Yeah, that's pretty fucked
The
up.
characters in general. But I mean, like, in my opinion, what little I know of that character that goes psycho in Cupcakes, I can't say it's outside of the bounds of possibility of that character being like that.
Yeah.
She's a little cuckoo.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And a motorcycle.
Yeah, and a random motorcycle that probably nobody wanted here. But, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna get this started because I at the moment I'm out of town and I'm going to.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, hey, Magi.
Hey, Magic.
Only here for a limited time only.
Oh, I thought you'd be here for the spoiler section.
I got things to take care of. I'm working on a pet project.
How's it
I
going?
finally got everything I need for it. Huh?
How is that project going?
I haven't streamed yet, have I?
I was about to say, should I be?
For all I knew, it was a standard recording.
You say pet project,
no.
but
No,
I'm thinking, should I be concerned?
No, it's the live stream. Going over our favorite stupid person.
Oh shit! All right.
Oh yeah.
So-
You know how he likes to delete his streams? I have all 4 of them.
Okay. Wait, we're not gonna.
And
Hey, for this, we'll discuss it off stream.
I was just informing you.
Yeah, I want to focus on the topic at hand, which is
What's our topic?
Avengers.
Aiden, you sure you want to be here? I'm taking you to see the movie next weekend.
That's why I'm sticking around. I'm only sticking around until we reach the spoilers.
So I'm gonna at first, since you guys have a lot of time, I'm gonna try to make this quick. And
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's fine. So
Hey, MJ.
Hey, MJ.
How are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing? Hi.
So,
Hi.
I just imaged you as a little goblin, like reaching for my hand. Hi.
oh gosh. So, I'm just gonna say, as I mentioned, they do not hold their punches with this freaking movie.
No, it hurt. This movie is pain.
Like, just like from the start of the movie, it's like for a guy, it's like you being kicked in the dick, like
Repeatedly.
multiple times, and continues to do so.
And that's before you get to the spoilers. They kick you in the dick in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
Yeah, that's all for the kick start.
But
It says Marvel and then dick kick.
So I'm gonna go over I'm gonna mention the few things, and you tell me, Magi, if you thought they were done really well too. Okay. All right. So the characters portrayed in the movie, I honestly thought that the way they portrayed the characters, especially some of them who got a lot of flack for their changes, were portrayed really well.
Yes.
And especially with the shit that they go through. And it sucks that, as I mentioned, 22 films, we have to say goodbye to a few of them.
Oh yeah.
We're getting into that in a little bit.
Aiden, are you still going to be on for my Fortnite stream?
Yeah.
I will.
Huh?
And
I'm getting up at like 3 o'clock.
I didn't wake up till 5.
So,
I'm out of allergy medicine, so I couldn't sleep last night.
Castlevania's out. Yeah.
So I'll have to watch that later, dude.
So would you say
And critique the fuck out of you on your fuck ups? You know I will.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Anyways. Oh shoot, cam's not on.
I honestly, I was gonna say I absolutely. This was a great conclusion to, I guess you could say,
A saga.
A saga, yes. Of hey Sage, you almost missed out.
Howdy.
So yeah, the first oh no, sorry, not first. But the other conclusion when it comes to the whole Thanos saga was just absolutely perfect.
Not going into spoilers, just saying that ending, I didn't see it coming.
Me neither.
That when they said they weren't going to follow the comics, I didn't think they were going to take such a hard left. You know what I mean?
I will say,
What?
I know
What, MJ?
for
Nothing.
I'm gonna say this. I kind of felt with the ending, something was going to happen, something very drastic to our characters.
We can rest our head. Thanos is gone.
Oh yeah, including everything. Yeah. So
Not everything, just most things.
so
Like movie franchises that are never going to happen now.
Oh wow.
Oh no, the directors that directed Endgame said this was their last movie. They're done.
Who's directing the new Spider-Man movie then?
They're getting someone else for it.
Oh.
Yeah, they're gonna go direct a movie about their life.
by the way,
They're gonna cast the guy who played Spider-Man to be in it. So it's interesting. They're still trying to tie in some Marvel characters, Marvel people that they worked with actors they worked with.
Speaking of which,
it's interesting.
It's funny you mentioned that. Supposedly, Spider-Man Far From Home is after Endgame.
Yeah,
that's what I've been hearing.
That's what I've heard too. I hope it is, because because character development.
Yeah.
I really want to see how that affects Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh! And a lot of the shit that goes on with the characters in this is just heartbreaking.
We're not in spoiler territory yet.
Yeah.
But I will say that Fortnite nod was hilarious.
Oh, I want to get into that a little bit as soon as we can.
There's a Fortnite. There's a nod to Fortnite in the fucking movie. I can't go into it because it's spoilers. It's fucking funny though. I was like,
which is the reason why Fortnite and Marvel were having a collaboration.
While I was watching it, I was like, motherfucker can build better than me.
Oh.
I can't build with shit. I'm more the assault fucker. You know this. No, Rob. When I play Fortnite, I'll build something really, really fast, and he'll be like, "How'd you do that?" And I'll be gone. I'll leave Aiden in a fort. And I'll be gone.
So I know I have a feeling we probably want to get
same thing to Ronnie.
I have a feeling we probably want to get into the spoiler section. So I'm gonna go to.
Oh no, we're good.
So I wanted to say, because I know I have a feeling you're excited for it. I want to discuss it too.
I have been wanting to talk to someone about this for a while now.
So, what would be your rating for this film?
10 out of 10.
Same here.
I have no flaws to this movie. None. It held no punches.
I will say
it was painful. I felt so many emotions watching it. And for someone who doesn't really feel things,
yeah,
that was interesting.
I will say there were some issues that I had problems with, but
were they minute?
They were mute, but like they were really minor. But after looking at it like critically, then I started thinking, oh wait, you know what? Actually, that works out.
Ending though can go to hell. Crying like a bitch. And when I take Aiden, Ronnie, and our buddy Skelly to see it, I'm probably gonna cry again.
Yeah. Sage, you saw it. What's your rating?
10 out of 10 as well.
Really? So 3 10 out of 10s.
Dude, I don't like to critique Marvel movies because I'm usually a Marvel fanboy.
Yeah. All right. So
how'd you feel about Thor's change? How they changed?
Hold on, we're gonna get into that. I need to make this announcement. So everybody, for those who have not seen the film yet, log off now because we're gonna go into spoilers.
Aiden, I'll get you afterwards.
When this is processed as a VOD, I'm gonna try to find the timestamp so that way you guys can have that.
All right, I am off to go watch some Aquarian Evil.
All right, I'll invite you to play some Fortnite in a little bit. We're
Alright.
doing my Fortnite stream.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna be on for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Take it easy, everyone.
Not long.
We're gonna make it quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to start from the beginning. And
Again.
dude, again.
Aiden's still. Oh, there we go.
Oh crap.
He's
still
gone
here?
now.
Okay. So again, being kicked in the dick. Freaking Hawkeye.
Dude, that was
Oh,
awesome. He became Ronin.
No. Well, okay, yes, it was awesome, but what happened, and not only that, but like, him, in house arrest, and he's about to have a barbecue with his family. He's teaching his daughter archery, and as he turns away from her, she disappears. And then when
She
he tries to
gets
turn to
game
his
ended.
family, when he turns to the rest of his family, they're all gone.
That mentally snapped him.
Yeah.
When he was going around killing everyone, that was a nod to when he became Ronin in the comics.
Yeah. But he was killing.
He took up the name Ronin, and that tattoo he had in his arm, same one from the fucking series.
Oh, nice.
It was. I yelled so loud, everyone looked at me, but I wasn't the only one to yell.
Oh my gosh. By the way,
Dude, just seeing that sleeve on him, I thought that's one thing I thought I'd never see.
Yeah, exactly. And moving forward, I thought for I'm gonna say this for the movie, I thought that Tony would be in space like a lot more. It was kind of really quick,
Oh, yeah.
and then because that's what it seemed like for the film,
Dude, the fact that they used the recordings that he made while he was in space at the end of the movie.
I think. I want to go into that after.
Okay.
Which, by the way, speaking of that, actually, I do want to make this one announcement. I'm going to go ahead and just say this right off. 2008 was the first time Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark said, "I am Iron Man."
Oh, yeah.
And for the final time in 2019, he says Iron Man for the last time. Or I am Iron Man for the last time.
That hurt.
That is, yeah, that moment was so fucking, yeah. Stark's gone. He's gone.
Dude, but he went out like a badass.
Yeah.
Oh no, he fucking played Thanos.
Dude, he went out like a boss. That's what the bitch part was.
Yeah.
He knew he was gonna die. Before he even snapped his fingers, he knew he was going to die.
Yeah. I will say, when it comes to, and we're kind of going into the next part of the movie, I will say it's interesting that they kind of went this extra step with the Infinity Stones, because it seemed like for the comics, there wasn't an actual price if you collected all 6 and you used them.
No.
With this version, it takes its toll. It takes a piece of you, literally.
Yeah, that's what I find interesting. How you can bring up on the level amount you use the Infinity Stones, depending on the cost. Because say if you just use the Space Stone, for instance.
Yeah.
Can't expect to lose a limb because of it.
I'm talking about using all 6, because you
Yeah.
notice, because remember at the end of Infinity War, Thanos' arm is just so
Fucked
scorched.
up.
Yeah. And
he's fucked up.
after they save, after Captain Marvel saves Stark, they go after Thanos, and there he is. And because apparently they saw that he used the Infinity Stones again, so they go after him. And you find out that if you look at his arm is fucking shriveled. Where the gauntlet it was completely shriveled. It looked like the gauntlet was now melted into his flesh.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
half
no,
his
Sage is very quiet.
half his face is gone.
Dude, the fact that they took the creators said that they were going to take the comics and then go hard, they weren't going to follow them, was the first time that this has been done. Because normally every Marvel movie follows every comic.
To an extent, I mean, Ego was for Guardians of the Galaxy. Ego was not his father. Well, it wasn't Peter Quill's father.
Oh, yeah.
Rewrites, dude. Rewrites.
That's what I'm saying. But
There was a rewrite story for He Was.
I will say, yeah, that's true. I will say,
They cherry picked.
how did you feel about them making a callback to what Thanos said to Thor
Oh yeah.
before he died?
Go for the head.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
But dude, he was distraught, especially when they find out that
Thor.
Thanos.
Thor. I
No,
feel bad for Thor.
yeah, because well, not just that, but they find out that Thanos, he didn't use the stones for himself. He used the stones to destroy the stones.
Which I find a little bit BS because they're like the little panels to reality.
So
Yeah. I agree with Sage on that because it is BS. You can't use the stones to destroy the stones because it was even stated without the stones' power, the galaxy would be destroyed. Because
well, I don't think he realized that, and I like that they made that little detail for from the mage. I love the fact that they brought back the Mage Supreme. I was so happy. I like her as a character.
They had to kind of like destroy the stone.
Yeah.
To so,
And then, but you notice how distraught Thor was
yeah. Oh,
during that moment.
After the 5 years, I was like, oh, what?
No.
What?
Oh, speaking of that, I thought it was 2, but I was wrong. Like, for everywhere that I've heard, it was 2 years, but it was actually 5.
Yeah, 5 years, and the world was still fucked.
And Captain America is doing like help groups or trauma groups or whatever.
Like Vegan just said, he turned the stones into atoms, so they're still there. They just can't be used by anyone.
Yeah,
he's right.
Reverted them into atoms. Okay, yeah.
Which keeps the universe intact because in continuity, even in the cinematic universe, they are the remnants of the Celestials, a godlike race that is gone now.
Yeah,
they are basically essentially the souls of the Celestials.
I thought it was because of the Big Bang that those things were created.
No, they were created from a species that came from the Big Bang, which were the Celestials, which we'll never probably see in our lifetime in movies.
Supposedly, we're going to be getting a movie about the quote-unquote Eternals.
I don't know.
But either way,
because even in the main Marvel universe, they are not discussing the Eternals.
And then
the Celestials, I mean.
And then moving forward onto that, we get a quick glimpse of how some of the characters are kind of like dealing with what happened.
Thor turns into a dude, bro.
Hold on. Well, we were gonna get to that. We have like one of the big ones is Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow took on the responsibility that Nick Fury once had.
She became a fucking shut-in.
She did, and
that was
honestly,
painful.
She was like probably one of the most depressed characters. Well, besides Thor, but we're gonna get into him.
But I think I think the one who's doing the best was Hulk or Banner.
Oh, dude, no, we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
Okay, because like I said, we're gonna this is the spoiler.
My roommate
section.
just got me some some fucking allergy pills finally.
Awesome.
I paid them to go get me some because I needed them because I've been out for 2 days and this morning I could not breathe.
I'm gonna say, kind of in between thing, and this was a minor, like I said, this was one of my minor gripes that I had, but I kind of I kind of adjusted my thought process on the whole situation. Was Captain Marvel is never is barely in this movie.
Yeah, barely it is.
But then I realized if you because she mentions how when they go after Thanos, that they're a vast universe that doesn't have heroes like the Avengers,
which is bullshit.
Yeah, true.
But for
nobody like her.
Nobody like her. It's interesting.
Okay, to be honest, I'm not really a big Captain Marvel fan.
So I will say I can kind of see why she wasn't around. Oh, how's it going, vegan?
Hey, it's going good.
Mexican.
Well, debatable, but not going to talk about it today.
Yeah, we're talking about Avengers.
I know. That's what I'm
Wait,
here for.
Have you watched it yet?
I've already, yeah, that's why
I'm gonna have to come back, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, hold up. I'm trying to get my headphones to connect to this.
All right, we'll wait for a second.
All right. God damn it. There we go.
Are you ready?
I am cool.
Just they should be.
All right. So
Why is it not? Okay.
trying to think of what was the next thing that happened in the film.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, was it like in between, like they kind of offhandedly, like where's Clinton or Hawkeye?
yeah, they were talking about Hawkeye, and I gotta say, he must have, he went down the deep end because, I guess, War Machine is going after him, and he's like, after all the shit, all the stuff that I've seen him do, I kind of don't want to find him.
You're
Like everything in an instant, like
If I'm-
it would be traumatizing, and there was like nothing you could do because you were stuck at home.
At this point, I got the feeling that with Hawkeye as Ronin, he wants to find a way to die. Like he was just doing this to try to be back with his family.
I mean, if you look at the dialogue of what he said, like it basically said that Thanos killed half of you. Well, he pretty much he lost his family while pretty much pieces I guess shit like that or criminals that he was fighting, didn't
Yeah.
exactly die. So I guess he kind of felt really pissed off about them, did that for that exact reason.
Why then?
Yeah. But
Wait, what?
so as we're moving forward, by the way, I gotta say with one thing I really appreciate is when
All right.
Scott Lang returns. They gave him an exceptional amount, a good amount of screen time to kind of figure out what the hell's going on.
So what I missed? My internet was shitting out. I mean, I had to restart my stuff.
We're on Scott Lang right now.
Yep.
Ant-Man?
Yes.
Yep.
When he comes back.
By a rat stepping.
Dude.
Oh,
I guess
was...
the rat's name was Shredder. It should have been Splinter, but still, it was really cool.
Oh, could they say something about Ant-Man?
Yeah, well, I was saying,
Dude, you are mega quiet, Stage.
you just,
Hear me?
I was gonna say, just imagine, Scott Lang, who just got out of the quantum realm, not knowing what the hell just happened, and then finding out that he's been in there for 5 years. When in there, he's been in there for 5 hours?
5 hours. Yep, it was 5 hours.
And by the way, when they start going to people to do the time for figuring out the time machine, I love the fact that they made references to all the different movies that involve time travel.
Back to the Future's bullshit.
Oh yeah, I love that line. So Back to the Future is bullshit.
That was great.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say this. So first they go to Tony, who is very spiteful towards Captain America right now.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah,
But I will say this. I love the change that they did for Stark in this. From somebody who would jump to the first opportunity to save the world to right now be like, nope, I'm done. I'm retired. I got a family now.
Yep.
And if you guys notice, his daughter is named and spoiler as you guys for those who
We're in the
won't
spoiler
watch it,
section.
yeah, he has a daughter, and they named her Morgan, which was a name drop from Infinity War.
if I'm right, didn't they kind of like hint of like them possibly having a child in Infinity War?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, hold on.
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't like. I find it really funny that like people just thought the Ant-Man 2 was gonna happen, but like it didn't.
You okay,
Well, dude,
Sage?
we can hardly hear you.
Yeah, like are you like really far away from your mic or something?
How about now?
No, you still sound distant as hell.
Yep.
Okay, let me just try something.
Okay. You want to continue with it, Magi?
Where to start?
All right. Let's see. Oh, hey, Sage is back already.
Okay, how about now?
A
Alright,
little
better.
better.
A little better?
Yeah.
A
Okay,
little better.
I'm back.
Yep.
Sorry.
I can't hear you over Rob or Vegan. Like, they have to not be talking for me to hear you.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what's up. Something's up with your mic, bro.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
My mic.
So yeah, Morgan. And we didn't even see this. We didn't see this for the trailers. It was cool that they started showing, like when you first see Morgan, she's wearing a helmet for Pepper Potts.
Rescue.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Pepper, like, okay, this is for later in the film, but her armor is technically called Rescue.
Oh, is that what it's called?
That's what I just said. But yeah, she's her hero name is Rescue,
Yeah.
and she only dons it like once or twice in the comics, and hated Tony for making it for her, because in the comics it was very skin tight.
Wow, okay.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
And she threatens to kill him,
Jeez.
and I'm like, I would do the same thing.
Well, I thought that was kind of cool. That I didn't even realize that. It's cool that they made her armor though, especially for what's to come.
Phase 2.
So we go
Yeah.
into
The face I don't care about.
so Tony at first, and I love this change that they did. So Tony isn't going to help. So they go to the next smartest person that they know,
Dr. Bruce Banner.
or Professor Hulk now. And I gotta say, dude, I love that change. I know.
Yeah.
I was watching the spoiler section from Angry Joe, and he hates it. I honestly,
What?
I adored it,
I
dude.
freaking loved it.
Dude. With all
Yeah,
the,
like,
I'm gonna
It's
say
It's a callback to another character,
well, I'm just gonna say with
an evil character.
oh yeah.
oh,
Wait.
Well-
are you talking about Maestro?
Yep.
Maestro.
Yep, because first Hulk learns to control it, and then he goes crazy because Bruce Banner can't control his rage, and
jeez.
and he becomes evil in an alternate universe,
Yeah.
in the Old Man Logan universe.
Oh damn.
Hi, I spend my life dicking around,
Damn, I didn't even get that far.
dude.
But
If it's comics, I'm pretty much caught up on it.
But I love that they made it out like so. Like for within, I kind of wish that there was a chance for us to see him turn into Professor Hulk. But for this,
But-
I will say,
Good, Sage.
Yeah, I think it's actually a good idea that they just skipped over it because
Yeah.
otherwise, it's just like
I-
you have to shove in a lot for this film.
I love the explanation though, where he's like,
Yeah.
he can't. He's like he tried to. He pretty much instead of like treating Hulk like it's like a disease, he made peace with it, and it's both one personality.
Yeah, he like kind of just accepted it, and like he pretty much like combined the two of them to get the best of both worlds, the physical
Also-
strength and the intelligence.
Also, what was really adorable was the freaking kids coming by and like wanting a freaking selfie.
It's like, do you know who I am? I'm Ant-Man.
You want a
Oh,
photo with me?
by the way, he's dude.
Okay.
I felt I. Yeah,
I
that
don't want your
was really
damn photo
awkward.
anyway.
He's like, just take the damn phone.
Take the damn phone. Bye. You know, like, okay, like, can I, like, I heard, like, you know what would have been also awesome if, like, Professor Hulk wasn't in there? Like, World Breaker Hulk.
No,
Oh,
no.
I was
World
really
Breaker,
hoping
Probably
they
not
would
yet.
World Breaker Hulk would have not worked for this film with the
Oh,
tone
yeah.
that we're going for. There's no way it would have worked. That's
Is it
I
be-
wouldn't-
what's up?
I was gonna ask, is it because he's that overpowered, like that he could probably take down Thanos easily?
No, Thanos can kill World Breaker Hulk.
Oh, okay, I actually didn't know he was that strong. Dang.
But, like, you know, like, okay, let's
Comic
just say
Thanos
World...
could wipe his ass with World Breaker Hulk and
Okay,
still be ready to go.
Even without the
Comic-
gauntlet?
Even with, he doesn't need the gauntlet. He doesn't really use it in the comics. He just wears it.
Oh, yeah,
Jeez.
like, comic Thanos survived a dip in a black hole. And
For
shrugged
2
it off like-
hours.
What?
yeah, I shrugged it off like nothing.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, that happened.
Yeah,
The
I'm a-
most
I'm
I
a-
heard was he withstood pretty much like the sun, like being like in a sun or something like that.
Oh, he was right there when the sun exploded in his face and didn't even get fucked up. Movie Thanos is bitch.
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
Movie
Yep.
Thanos is bitch made.
Like
But,
everyone in the movie is like a bitch compared like their like comic counterpart.
I mean, a lot of the characters are like Doctor Strange. He's like not as freaking powerful as like
No.
he is.
He's just his power. Okay, so when it comes to Strange, that Strange is as canon as the comics because Doctor Strange works on a different timeline than other heroes.
I mean, but wasn't Strange like pretty much strong enough to like incapacitate Galactus or something like that? Who's far
Nope.
stronger than Thanos?
Nope.
That's what I heard.
No, he used magic to incapacitate him.
Well, yeah,
That's. But
I mean,
that's,
I count.
that doesn't
his
really
mag-
count as incapacitating him because it didn't really work too much. Because they were trying to kill Galactus. It didn't work. Because
Yeah,
he's the Celestial, the last of his kind,
Who? Oh, yeah.
Galactus.
Galactus.
But
I think yeah, like that. Like I could go into like lucrative thing with Galactus in the comics, but I won't because
Unless you count the zombie verse, they kill him.
yeah.
oh yeah.
So
Or the chimp verse.
moving forward, so after they recruit Banner, we get a scene with Tony still trying to figure out. I mean, taking a shot at the whole time travel thing, and I love the little scene where his
Getting
daughter
Black-
extorts
Blind.
him for juice pops for saying the word shit. Yeah,
Well,
right after.
Well, she's a smart cookie because like she is like the daughter of like a guy
Yeah.
who has like probably a person who has an IQ of 300.
Right after.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
If I'm right in the comics, he received an engineering and physics double major when he was just 19. Tony Stark.
Depending on which canon you're going off of, because when they rewrit him, they made him younger.
Yeah.
Ah.
Where for him.
He
For
finished.
his
He
genius.
finished high school at 9 years old
Dang.
after the rewrite.
Actually, can I just say this about the comics?
Go for it.
Yeah, like the Tony Stark in the comics is actually the son of a superstar. So in the comics now, he has a mother figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh.
like, how it is it? So he's adopted in the comics.
Oh yeah, that I know of.
For this version though, he's
Yeah, like,
Howard
like,
Stark's
you don't have
son.
to, you don't have to stick with every single timeline for this stuff.
By the
Yeah.
way, I gotta say, holy crap, Pepper is also like different in this.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Tony after he discovers that he can pull off the whole time travel thing.
Time heist.
Time
Time
heist.
heist.
I love that. That how they phrase that.
It's a nice
after-
nod to Scott being a burglar.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
pull off the time heist in quotes. he talks to Pepper and like, I don't have to do this. You can, if you don't want me to, I will just
You can
pull out
talk
now.
me out of it right now.
And she's like, you know what? It's like I've been with you for so long. There's no at this point. There's no stopping you. And it's like, is it wrong for you to do nothing, or would it be better for you to do something and fix everything that's happened?
That hurt.
Yeah.
That whole conversation hurt.
I will say,
think
she knows that he won't let this go.
Yep.
So she's accepted it.
Especially since like Tony actually wants to bring back Peter. Like after
Yeah.
since after
The thing
Thanos,
the thing that motivates him is after
was
he.
a picture of Pepper and Tony.
No, what motivates him is after he does some dishes, is a picture of him with Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
That's what I just said.
You said Pepper.
Yeah, you said Pepper
wait,
and Tony.
Whoops.
Yep.
Sorry, I missaid it. Then.
But who thought it was funny where you have Scott Lang being turned into a kid, then an old man? When he gets out of it, I love that line.
Hilarious.
It's like, yeah, I think somebody peed in my pants.
I
It could
don't
have
know
been
what was the
old me or baby me, or it could have just been me.
Oh god, that was fucking great. I'm just glad I was still able to get tickets for opening night.
Same here.
Oh my god,
I wasn't.
Dude, I got back.
I did.
I got back around 3 in the morning.
I ended up watching it yesterday.
Oh, did you enjoy your time?
Not exactly, because I just found the torrent version of it because couldn't go out to the theater.
Bad.
Bad.
But
This is one movie I say don't torrent.
All of the theaters in New York and even actually everywhere around me, they were full. Like there's no place that pretty much that had an open spot.
oh shit.
Sweet Jesus.
Yep.
So after that hilarious scene, Tony joins in and they start gathering everybody for the time heist.
Time heist, I guess.
And so pretty much everybody except for Captain Marvel, everybody is joining in. Nebula, Rocket,
Tony,
Hawkeye, and then
Hawkeye.
let's get into
oh wait, Cap and let's see, who else was involved? Because Cap and split up with
all the original team. It's all the original team, of course.
Yeah, with a few additions like
it was
with
Tony,
War Machine.
It was Tony, Cap, and Lang that I believe went on in their own separate group to get it in New York.
Hold on before we get into that. The crew, everybody that's taking part of this plan to get because their idea is to get the Soul Stones from the past to current day.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So.
Before we go into, can we just can we just discuss the Hawkeye test run?
Oh, that hurt.
Oh
my god.
Why must we go there?
So yeah, they have Hawkeye. At first, Lang is very iffy about it because he accidentally wasted a canister of the Pym particle.
Yeah.
We have two we have enough Pym particles for 2 tries. One try.
2 test runs. One test run.
We only have we're 1 test run. So he's like, I don't want to do this. I don't think I can do this. And then Hawkeye's like, I'll do it.
I'll do it. It's
he pretty much was setting himself. Honestly, this is why I think that he was setting himself to die, because in case this fails, he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't live with what he did.
Which goes into something that happens later. But
oh yeah,
we'll get to that.
Can you quit saying this goes into later?
Yeah,
I mean, there's so much stuff integrated.
We forgot
it's 3 hours.
Dude, we forgot about one of the crew members.
Rocket?
No.
No, it wasn't Rocket. Nebula.
No, we were the probably one of the biggest changes.
Oh,
So Rocket and
Thor.
Hulk
Oh.
go to New Asgard. Which,
Oh,
dude,
oh,
I'm gonna say
yeah.
this.
You-
I thought they all died.
New
There's
Asgard was a
no.
shithole.
Oh, there.
It looks
You
like
guys-
it looks like an old fishing town, which honestly looked
Actually-
nice.
actually, it's actually a reference back to Ragnarok. Because remember, Odin said that like this place could be the new Asgard, and that's what like, so like kind of set up like the new Asgard, because as in like
Yeah,
honoring his dead dad.
yeah. And then so we get to see which. Oh my gosh, who
Thor
wants
really let himself go.
Oh, like when I saw Thor, I was just like,
Thor?
oh,
Thor looks
why?"
Yeah.
Thor looks pathetic.
It wasn't.
Like, can you fully blame him? Like, and then
No, I
within,
can't.
Like, the
I
within the
can't blame
MCU
him, dude. He looks like a freaking. And by the way, I want to point this out, dude. They were on his ass, including, including his own mom
Eat a salad.
about being freaking fat.
yeah, yeah, but like they just kept like in the MCU, they just kept like beating him down, peg after peg.
Actually, my favorite. It's like move it along, Big Lebowski. I think they called him the dude at one point. Dude, he dressed the part.
Yeah.
I love this change
I
because
did-
at this point, Thor feels like he failed. So to an extent, I mean, let's face it. To the extent of him losing in Ragnarok, what did he actually lose? He just
The
lost
couple
his fucking eye and his hammer.
and
Right?
the
his home,
and also
and
where
his,
the
and-
Asgard place.
And it's
and,
like,
and his dad as well.
and then what ends up happening is for Avengers, he gets back his hammer or he gets a new weapon.
Stormbreaker.
Yeah. So now it's like a 5-year period. It's like he just utterly destroyed himself.
Yep.
Oh, and Korg and Meek are back
Briefly.
playing
Yep.
Fortnite.
Yep. That's where that Fortnite stuff like came in.
I'm surprised that they didn't use the default dance.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But damn, like
They made him really pathetic in that.
Well,
Honestly, it felt bad
you can't
for
really
Thor.
fully blame them, really.
No, I can't.
yeah, you can't.
And like
It's like-
this, I'm gonna say, like, if I wanted to believe for him to be like the lowest point that he can be in, that was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
was
he's
literally it. And then there's points where he's actually questioning because of how freaking like plastered he is and shit faced. He's freaking like questions every little thing he does now.
Yep. Shit.
By the way, I love the little thing where he threatens the kid on Fortnite.
He's just like, hey, I'm so Odin's son. Like, you better
He's like,
stop
"Yo."
doing this.
He's like, "Hey, new blaster. This is Thor, God of Thunder. Look, if you don't log off this game right now, I will fly to your house, rip off your arms, and shove them up your butt." And he gives back the headset to Korg.
It's just like, that's not how you deal with trolls.
Although it's effective.
Yeah.
Because he started crying
Imagine if he follows through with that.
At this point, I don't think he would.
Well, yeah,
he wouldn't, but like, imagine if he did.
What, pull like a Hancock on him?
I don't know, possibly.
Oh shit! Oh, that'd be horrible. But So okay, so they get the time machine working. Everybody is available, or everybody is there, ready to go. And before they, this is where they start setting up. Okay, how are we gonna, get the stones? They said, okay, we need to set up a way so that way we can get all the stones at a certain, at certain points in time.
Yep.
So they
Cap-
realize that the time stone, the space stone, and the mind stone were all in one place on the same time, which was
Endgame.
which
Wait,
was
that's
New
the
York.
during the Battle of New York in Avengers 1. The Power Stone and the Soul Stone.
Well, I
At
guess
this
in
point,
space.
when it comes to the Soul Stone, they could have gotten it at any time, but they just to make it easier, they went and got put those two groups together to get both the Power Stone and the Soul Stone. As for the
Reality Stone.
Reality Stone, Thor and Rocket, which I should mention who's going on each team. So, Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, and Ant-Man are going to get the Space Stone, the Mind Stone, and the Time Stone.
Yep.
Nebula, War Machine, Hawkeye, and Black Widow head over to get the Power Stone and the Soul Stone. And Thor and Rocket go and get the Reality Stone. Yeah, they go to Asgard to get it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say, out of let's when we talk about the thing or for the Battle of New York, I gotta say I thought it was funny when I'm gonna call him Bruce because just to make it easier for this one part, sees his older self,
Younger
and
self.
he gets embarrassed.
Just like
They're like, we need you to blend in. He's like, yeah, right. He's
Takes
like
off
doing these
shirts.
he's doing like these little like weak growls,
Yeah.
and it starts like making dents into a car,
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
barely.
no. I would have just like gone like, it's like
Not very good
okay,
at
just
it.
time to have some fun.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thought my audio crap out for a bit.
And then so they're what they do is and I love that they thought of for to get the space and mind stones because obviously the mind stone is still in the scepter. They wait till they capture Loki, and I didn't even realize this, and it was a lot of the old characters from Winter Soldier, the bad guys, and I love Ant-Man's response to that. He's like, who are those guys? He's like, oh, that's and Iron Man's like, that's Shield, but I think those were Hydra agents. You're like, you guys trusted them? They look like bad guys.
But we didn't know at the time.
Yeah, we didn't know that at the time. Oh, speaking of that, dude.
Captain America on the elevator.
Yeah. Because remember, because those were, I think those were a lot of the same characters that he freaking kicked the crap out of in the elevator scene. But for this one, he's like, "Don't worry, I got this covered." And then he goes up to the guy. Yeah, he goes up to the dude's ear and says, "Hail Hydra," and to kind of make them think, "Oh, is he working for us?" Okay. He gives him the case.
Yeah, and then like, oh,
I just freaking laughed right there.
Can I? Oh, by the way, can I just say, Captain America has really gotten like far in modern time when it comes to this stuff. I love the joke about Lang talking about Captain America's ass.
Yes, I was gonna mention that.
He's like,
that's
America's ass
right there.
And then you have this fight between younger Captain America.
All right, I'm sorry, I'm back.
You have a fight between
Something
younger
happened.
Captain.
I had to take care of something.
All right.
I apologize.
That's all right. Hey, Magi, what'd you feel about the fight between younger Captain America and older Captain America, or better yet, in my terms,
I
the more seasoned Captain America.
I didn't get to give my thoughts on New Asgard.
Oh, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay.
So I love when he sees his younger double. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, no. Like
And
he's
the other one,
just like
like,
at one point,
guys,
like
I
I
found
could do
Loki.
this. No, the younger Cap says like I could do this all day.
He's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I love after he knocks him the fuck out. How he's like, "That is America's ass." Best fucking line in the movie. I was like, I don't know how to feel on this, but this is great.
I like that he gets him distracted by simply saying, "Lucky is alive."
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Knock
of
him out.
course. He
dude,
wasn't
yeah,
aware.
this is the young. He didn't even know that Bucky was still alive. So when he hears that, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
And then he
and
just
then uses the
knocks him
Mind
out.
Stone just to wipe his mind.
Yep.
Of him,
Just
like,
keep continuity right.
oh, how did you guys feel about Ant-Man almost killing Iron Man?
Oh yeah.
Like,
He,
what was-
so to get the space stone, the Tesseract, they're like, okay, we're gonna need to make it cause the distraction. So we have other people that are part of Hydra show up, and Ant-Man shrinks down so he can get in between the circuitry of the arc reactor or the chess piece, and he pulls a piece out and literally like he starts going into cardiac arrest.
And then like
But-
someone's just like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Zaps. It's like,
But what
I
ends
didn't
up
even know that was
happening-
gonna work.
But what makes it worse? Like, because their plan almost worked, but what ended up happening?
Loki got away.
No, well, not just that.
Oh,
Before that,
first-
they didn't let Hulk into the elevator, and
Yes.
they told him
Yep.
to take the stairs.
And Hulk
Like,
just
Stairs.
do
goes
stairs.
raging.
No, Hulk to take stairs.
So you see, you see
Why does
Loki.
Hulk have to take stairs? Hulk hates the stairs.
There's so
Hulk,
much stairs.
So many
Hulk's
stairs!
biggest enemy.
And then he gets down. He's still throwing a fit about the stairs.
I would be
And-
too.
What ends up happening is the Tesseract pops out of the case.
Yeah, that was
And-
so cool.
Loki's like, I'm
It
taking
lands
this.
near Loki.
I'm
And
taking
Loki
this.
takes it
He's like,
and
I'm taking
gets out.
I'm taking my chances now, assholes. See ya. Wow.
Hi. Whoop, whoop.
See, the best part about that whole thing was how they gave a nod to Hydra Cap.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was in comics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because-
For was it Secret War?
No,
No.
No.
it's called Hydra Cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
The event was Hydra Cap, where he abandons America.
Yeah.
And the fact that he leans over and is like, Hell Hydra, I was like, no fucking way.
That
Well,
was
honestly,
cool.
that was the most best way for Cap to get the
No, just the
Stone at the
fact that
time?
he said it.
Yeah.
Just the fact that it had such an obscure nod was just priceless to me. I don't know. It just filled me with so much joy.
Yeah. And then they end up having to go, and because of this whole blunder, they end up having to go further in time to
Further
get the
back in
Tesseract.
time.
Yeah. Oh,
And
by the way,
like,
and then at the same time, freaking Hulk meets the Mage Supreme.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The
that-
sorceress.
Sorcerer Supreme.
And again,
Sorcerer.
I love this character. I absolutely just adored this character, especially for the first Doctor Strange movie.
Don't ever watch that movie after you get a tooth removed and they're on painkillers.
Oh shit!
I learned that the hard way.
But and I love her. I love her explanation on like why they can't be taking the stones, and like saying that if you take one out of its timeline, then it will create a separate timeline.
That is damn.
That is
the
damn.
branch universe.
And
It's a
she's
branch
like,
universe.
How are you going to stop this? And it's like, well, here's what we'll do. After we're done using the stones, we will
Return them.
take the stones and return them back to the time that we took them. And at first, she's like,
For-
no, I still can't do this. We would
for
never
us-
do this. And she ends up giving him the stone when she realizes that, or when she finds out from Hulk that, or Bruce,
Banner.
that Banner,
Bruce.
that Doctor Strange gave up the stone
The time
willingly.
stone.
And she's like, why would she do that unless it was for a reason? So ultimately, she's like, okay, there has to be a reason for him to do that. So I'm going to give you the stone. So then that leaves us with the Tesseract and the Reality Stone. Oh, no, Reality Stone and the Power Stone.
Power and the Soul Stone.
So let's. I'm gonna wait for the Space Stone. So going on to the
mean
Reality
Soul?
Stone.
So,
Yeah, well, space, reality, power, and soul. We'll go on to reality next, which I have to say, and I have to agree with some of the guys for Team 4-Star, because they did a review on this. It makes you appreciate some of the character development from Dark World for Thor.
Yeah.
Especially with like as we mentioned, his so this is around the time when the Dark Elves kill his mother.
I think it was just like a few hours before.
It was.
Yeah, and and they get separate. I love there's this point where they get
Wait, it
separated.
feels like no, because we're talking about the stones and we skipped New Asgard.
Yeah. Oh, we talked about it earlier.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier.
I hate you all.
Okay, you want to give your thoughts on it?
It's a shithole. But the fact that they're still striving is
Well,
impressive.
How do you
Yeah,
feel
but,
about?
It was actually based on like the area that like Odin said like this could be Asgard.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
Yeah.
That's now what were you asking me, Rob?
What do you feel about what they did with Thor?
That was depressing.
Yep.
yes.
That was just ow. The fact that he turned into a dude, bro, that just played video games, ate pizza.
Actually, I think you work here for this because you did. Well, no,
Nope.
you didn't. Well,
I said that before I had to walk away.
Okay.
Sorry, I was confirming plans to take my family to see the movie for next
Okay.
weekend. That's if you're planning something like this big of an event, But yeah, it was just interesting to see how much the killing Thanos affected Thor
Yeah.
in a negative way. For they couldn't even say his name because he had PTSD.
Yeah.
Yep.
But at this point, he feels that he's an utter failure.
Well, yeah.
I know.
And then I love the scene, which in between
Yeah.
him, with him, in between him having a moment with his mom before they have to leave. I love that Rocket, got separated from him, so he has to go by himself to, jab Thor's girlfriend to
Ex-girlfriend.
ex-girlfriend to get the
Yep.
reality
Jane,
stone.
I'm right.
Jane Foster.
Jane Foster, yes,
Okay, thank you for letting me speak my piece on you, Asgard.
that's
I'm ready
all
to
right.
continue.
So, and I love that he was about to tell her, "Hey, you're going to die," and she's like, "No, whatever happens, happens." And as before they're about to leave, he's like, "No, wait." And I love the joke
It's just like
where Rocket's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, I love her. She's like, "It takes a second."
it takes a second.
And all of a sudden, there it is, Mjolnir
Yep.
returned.
That was nice that he's like, I'm still worthy.
That boosted his ego a little bit.
Dude, he needs Weight Watchers and an ego boost bad.
Yep.
Well, that dude, boosted his ego like a lot with that.
Because Thanos destroyed Mjolnir, didn't he?
No, that was Hela.
Before Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, that was Hela.
Yeah,
No,
Hela.
Hela.
His sister.
Yep.
His bitch sister. Sorry, I hate Hela. She's not any enjoyable in the comics either.
She's kind of an asshole.
And she's not even his sister in the comics. She's Loki's daughter.
What?
Well, I think
Learn
they.
Learn to read.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love doing that to people.
So now we're on to I'm just gonna go over this quick one for the Space Stone. So they go into like the 70s, and I guess it's like the same compound that created. No, it wasn't the same compound that created Captain America, but Captain America knows it,
Yeah.
Because
and
of his love working there.
yes,
Mhm.
and they apparently this is where they end up stowing the Tesseract for research.
Yeah.
But at the same time, apparently,
The young Hank Pym, if I'm
Hank
right.
Pym was also working
That was
there.
nice getting to see Hank Pym as a young man.
I love. By the way, I love when he gets distracted. He's like, they're talking about a package, and apparently, some of the soldiers got exposed to some glowing substance.
Wait, what was
And then
it?
he's
What
like,
we're talking about?
Hank Pym.
Oh yeah.
when he gets distracted because apparently one of his packages got broken and some of the soldiers got exposed to some kind of glowing substance, and he's like, he just rushes out of the room, get out of the way, get out of the way. And then Captain America sneaks out with a couple of the bottles
Files.
or vials
Yeah.
of
So
Pym
yeah,
particle.
that's how to get back to the future.
Yep.
And as Tony is taking the Tesseract, I was dude, this was like a really cool moment.
It was a touching moment.
He sees his dad for the first time in years.
But
A
he's
younger
not
version of
aware.
his dad. Yeah, his dad isn't aware. He can't tell him either.
Oh yeah.
And I love that he calls himself Howard Potts.
Howard
Yeah.
Potts.
That was great.
Uh,
And then they're talking about like names for his the new baby, which is obviously Tony. And
Yeah.
then he came up with this really ridiculous name.
Yeah. That was a
And then-
touching moment, though, to see
yeah.
Tony talking to his dad about kids.
Yep.
Yeah, like I like how like the part like where Howard asks like Tony before like how do you raise a kid? It's just like I realized that like no matter how much money you have, it can't buy you a second. Because like you have to spend every second with your kids instead of just having to
I thought it was.
But money can't
You just
buy
got to go
anything.
by. I thought he said you just got to go about it day by day.
Yeah, you have to figure out like how do you raise a kid? Like honestly, I figured it out day by day, and no amount of money could buy a second. Which is
And
true.
that really was a touching scene.
That makes me want to cry. Just seeing Tony so proud of something that wasn't Iron Man.
Yep.
Yeah,
Also, like we
I
should
say-
talk
I say-
about maybe Cap.
I say Tony's greatest creation is his
Daughter.
Because like the suits can be replaced, a kid can't.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Cap?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that
yeah.
he's
Oh, that's right, because he also sees Carter
Yep.
for a brief moment. Oh, that was such a hard scene.
Oh, that actually sets in the scene. That
the one-
sets the seed in for like the end of the film.
Don't
We'll get to that.
no, don't talk. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
that sets the seed.
Not yet.
I know.
because at this point, when it comes to Cap, I see him as like somebody who is like he's absolutely done with conflict. He's done with war. He's tired of it all,
Yeah.
and it shows in this movie.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But,
Because how much war could you see before you get sick of it?
Yeah.
Enough.
So let's
That's
move
not
on.
even me trying to be funny. You see enough of it and you just become numb to it. Just like
Yeah.
you see enough drama or arguing or violence. And eventually you just grow mute to it.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
So if we move forward, so they got the Tesseract now. So now what's left is the Power Stone, the Power Stone and the Soul Stone. Which, dude, I have to point this out. That scene that everybody enjoys for Guardians of the Galaxy, where Peter Quill's like listening to, you have Come and Get Your Love playing in the background, and he's like lip syncing it and dancing, is so much funnier when you outside looking and you see the two people like just watch Gib like dancing around singing it to himself. I love War Machine's line. He's like, is he an idiot?
I say yes.
It's true though.
Well, yeah, he is an idiot.
No, I'm just saying, if you were to be dancing to yourself like that, you would look like a fucking moron.
Like, why would you like expect someone to be watching you in that type of place? Like,
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
He gets knocked out quick though.
Like a bitch.
Just like one arm out from War Machine, boom.
Generic white guy fall.
Oh, by the way, as we're going further, one of the biggest things that ends up like almost screwing everything up for our heroes, indirectly. I mean, they don't find out till later, or they didn't even find it. They didn't even mention that to the other Avengers at all. Is that apparently because there were two nebulas, one from the past and one from the future, apparently their memories were becoming interlinked.
Yeah, because I believe it had something to do with them using the same network or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is the nebula from the past, the evil version.
Yeah, like the non-character developed one.
Confused Nebula.
Yeah, is getting all these memories from the older nebula. And because of this, Thanos is like gets an idea of, oh my gosh, I actually succeeded, and now these people are trying to ruin it.
It's just so is destiny.
Till he watches his head roll.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think he was actually fine with his own death. Actually.
Yeah, no, he was. He didn't care. He's like,
he's just worried.
Everyone was like, "Oh shit, Thanos, you get your head cut off." He was like, "And this is destiny finalized." Just all proud of himself, but at the same time, he was like, "I get my head cut off."
Like, could have been worse.
Could
have
been worse. It could. Yeah, I think that was his main thought. This could be worse.
He goes off saying, I'm pretty much, he says, I'm inevitable, which ends up biting him in the ass in the end. But so they get the Power Stone, and oh my gosh, the Soul Stone.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
When I heard that they were going back in time, my immediate reaction when I first heard about this was, wait a minute, one of our heroes is going to die.
Yeah.
Not coming back. So in my mind, like before I watched this film, I was thinking, okay, who would they end up having to kill off? It got me. I was like, okay, it was either a toss up between Hawkeye or Black Widow, and sure enough, I was fucking right between the two of them.
I was wrong. I actually thought it was Black Widow because she's getting her own movie, so I was thought, no way.
Yeah.
She did die.
She did die.
I know that. I'm just simply saying I thought she wasn't gonna die because she was gonna be getting her own movie. And
like Hawkeye wanted to die because he felt like because of all the bad things he did, he couldn't live with himself.
And to bring back his family one step closer.
And Black Widow, who finds out she has a father through Red Skull.
His father's name.
Ivan.
He knew okay, can I just say, like, she probably knew he had a father, but didn't realize who.
Didn't know his name. Didn't even know his name.
Yep.
So that just goes to show, like whatever training she went through, like how to the extent of it, because she must have been, trained as a young child.
Yeah.
I believe in like I don't know some versions of the comics like she was brainwashed repeatedly or something like that.
That's every version.
Ah, okay.
Yes, it's the Red Room, I think.
It's the Red Room.
Yep.
It's where they signify you as an assassin.
I say certain versions because I know there's like a lot of differences where like she like apparently somebody else like taught her or something like that, or she met some other I don't know.
It's a multiverse. There's a lot of versions.
Yep. But the most common one is the Red Room.
So
Yep.
yeah, so we end up with this whole scene. We end up losing.
Well, like
Black.
they both try to like
No.
die.
Dude, you're kind of like not giving it the credit it deserves. After an intense emotional fight,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I
They're
just
pretty
like
much both running to try to sacrifice each one of themselves.
yeah. I was just like I was just like okay,
Dude, this was a yeah. I bet though. Yeah, I'm gonna say in that whole situation, I bet Red Skull was like, "This is fun. I'm enjoying this."
I
it's
don't
just
think
like,
he got
wish
any
I had
joy
popcorn.
because
I think-
he was just a guide, just a
Yep.
wayward, forgotten spirit.
yeah,
I honestly wish they just tossed Red Skull over there.
but they remember
No,
it has to
I don't
be
think-
somebody that you care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one cares about Red Skull. Not even Red Skull cared about himself.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's just like I bet Red Skull was the thing. Okay, I know this is kind of cruel, but he is a cruel character, evil character.
Well, not
Yeah,
anymore.
in the-
He was more of a sympathetic character at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
in the
true.
comics, he brainwashes Deadpool to kill the entire Marvel universe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, that was him.
No, you're thinking of a different thing. It's Deadpool kills the Marvel universe again.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
No, Vegan didn't understand.
Oh, okay.
I had
Oh,
to
okay,
educate
alright.
Vegan.
So yeah, after an intense fight, an intense and emotional fight,
Call me Dr. Comics.
Black Widow, and it goes to, and it ends up being like, because what's his name?
Hawkeye.
I'm trying to. I think Hawkeye jumps, and then Black Widow catches him, and they are grappled onto the freaking cliff, and Hawkeye is holding onto the rope on one hand,
And
and
Natasha on the other.
yeah, and she's like, just let me go, and she proceeds to kick off the cliff and fall to her death.
Yep.
And dude, the scene afterwards when everybody finds out, holy shit. Dude,
I think Hulk takes it the worst.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say that's like the angriest you see him in this film.
Yeah, because he fucking tears off a bench.
He takes
just,
a
like,
bench.
throws it.
Sucks to be if there was anybody in that lake. Sucks to be any or near the other side of the lake. Sucks to be them.
Yep.
Thud.
No, it could have actually gotten well past the lake.
Yeah, imagine someone on a nice mountain resort. Today's a good day. And they're in the
Like,
hospital.
What? No, I'm pretty sure you'd be dead.
So, and
Depending on where it hit.
something I forgot to mention. So after they get the Power Stone, the older Nebula gets captured,
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah.
and
no,
and is
present Nebula.
our present Nebula is captured and is switched with the
The younger one.
younger
And
one.
To sabotage the
and
entire.
they took the little plate on her head just to, make it more believable that she's the present one.
Yeah, and I think her arm too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But and then what they end up using, I don't know how he was able to do it, but they use the pin particle that Nebula had, the extra one.
Yeah.
And when everybody's distracted making the new gauntlet, they use the pin particle to send Thanos' ship from the past to
To
present
the-
day.
Yeah. But
Yep.
we have to talk about the other scene before
What
that.
other scene?
Like the gauntlet, like the the
No,
scene.
I was getting to that.
Banner using the gauntlet.
Yeah, so Banner, so they were at odds at first, like figuring out who should use the gauntlet. Thor, probably drunkenly asks or volunteers, but they like come to
When
the
wasn't he
conclusion.
drunk during that fucking whole event?
Yeah, they come to the conclusion that it's going to take a heavy toll on the user,
And
and
it's gamma-based energy.
yeah,
Yep.
Thor, Banner's like, well, I'm gamma based, so there might be a chance where I might,
based
fare
on
well or fare better than most.
No, that's not what he says. He says, "Well, I'm gamma-based, and the energy that the stones lay off is gamma-based, so I should be all right."
It's like
Yeah,
I was made for this.
Yeah, I was made for
Yeah.
this. Please let me do it, Tony.
which, by the way, when he puts it on, you could see how much pain he was in.
Yeah.
When he
That was-
used it,
Yeah, well, afterwards too. Yeah,
he
And
had
then-
tiny Gimp Hulk arm. Now Now the age-old question has been asking: if Hulk was crippled, what would he look like? And the answer was not very pretty.
so they,
But it's
so he's-
true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we can't deny
I was
that.
hoping we would get a
So-
World Breaker Hulk from that.
So he snaps his fingers, and just as they are taking care of Hulk, Hawkeye gets a call on his phone, and it's his wife. So it's like, huzzah! Everybody's back.
It's
But
not Deus Ex Machina bullshit.
yeah, but unfortunately, their celebration is short lived because as Ant-Man goes into the next room, all of a sudden there's like there's shots from Thanos' ship pretty much annihilating. He destroys the entire Avengers headquarters in just a few seconds.
He mini nukes it to put it
Yeah.
like
Mini nukes it? Nah, he
nukes it.
Hiroshima that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that was horrible. And then it like when you see like Rhodey and Rocket being like dragged down, it kind of remind me a little bit of like Iron Man 3. When his house gets bombarded by firepower or by rockets.
Oh yeah, by those helicopters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
Hey, Pat.
hey, Pat,
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying us ramble like idiots.
talking about
Endgame.
The
Endgame.
movie of the year.
this is the spoiler section, by the way.
Yep.
High spoiler section now.
But so and our heroes end up getting separated. Hulk is trying to hold up a support beam.
One-armed. Which
One
was-
arm.
which was a nod to Secret Wars.
Yes, I was going to mention that.
Yeah, that
Secret
was
Wars
a
where
good
Hulk
order.
held up a million ton mountain range.
Yep.
And then Rhodey had to get out of his suit because it was damaged to try to help Rocket, who was pinned down and gasping for air.
No, he wasn't gasping. He was bitching. You can't gasp and bitch at the same time. I've tried. It doesn't work.
Oh,
Well,
can I just,
dude. Well,
can I
either
just
way.
mention,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think like at some point like Hulk mentions that he tried bringing back Black Widow, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
What's done with the stone is inevitable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
Especially for the Soul Stone, because as it's put,
A soul for a
It's-
soul.
I missed
Yeah, to-
Adam Warlock.
yeah, there's no Adam Warlock in that.
Nope, there should have been though.
I think. Well, I don't think so. I think they should save that for when they have Guardians 3.
Sorry.
You think he's gonna be
And
in Guardians 3?
I
If it-
hope. I
if
hope
it happens,
they were set. They were setting it up, and two, because was it James Gunn got his job back?
really.
He
Yeah.
did? Oh, that is so cool.
Oh, by the way, speaking of directors, apparently one of the directors for Avengers was in the support meeting for Captain America.
Really.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
what ends up so after the the
Nuke.
event the Avengers
The nuking.
yeah, the Avengers compound is utterly destroyed.
Hawkeye is left with
Hawkeye is like in the sewers, and he's being
He has
chased
got
by
the gauntlet.
yeah, he's
Yep.
got the gauntlet, and he gets chased by space dogs.
Nope, he's getting chased by the Chitauri.
No, those were the space dogs.
No, those were the Chitauri.
Well, they're space dogs now.
No,
Nah,
well,
they're the
no, I'm saying-
Chitauri.
no, the four armed creatures. I'm naming them what Rocket called them, the space dogs.
Yeah, but they were just nothing more than just the Chitauri from the first film. Because when you see the Chitauri after the bombing, they look like they do in the in-game event for Fortnite.
Okay.
More humanoid.
I'm telling you, dude, they're the space dogs. They had four arms.
We'll argue this. We'll argue this all day, but that's not what you're here for. We'll do that another day.
Yep.
I'll find a clip and I'll show you. They were the space dogs.
Okay.
So, and around the same time, because or around the same time, like he escapes and Nebula, evil Nebula, shows up, and
Well, pretty much Hawkeye's down on the ground, like pretty much all weekend, like after fighting the Chitauri.
yeah,
And running away.
and
Oh yeah, that.
Mostly running.
past Gamora and present day Gamora, and Nebula, sorry,
Nebula. I was about to say Gamora dead, dude.
yeah, past Gamora and present Nebula join forces and then meet up with past Nebula.
Can I say something real fast?
Yeah,
With the price of the Soul Stone, I thought we weren't going to get Gamora back for Guardians 3.
I think because it's a different. I think at this point, with all the different changes, it's a new timeline.
No, it's
Yep.
not. It's the same one.
Well, either way, honestly, I don't know at this point because there's so much like confusion with there's so much stuff in the time travel aspect of this that it gets confusing.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
I mean, well, I guess we
I
were
would
gonna
say-
talk about it. They killed past Nebula. Our
I
present
wish
Nebula.
present day Nebula should be dead.
Yeah. I never understood that.
I guess they try to make it out because it's like a different timeline, then it doesn't matter. But
I
that
mean-
doesn't
No, I
make any
think
sense.
I think it's their timeline.
I mean, with that done, it just then kind of feels a little odd. Then if they then that would mean I guess Cap and Tony traveling in. I believe it was in the 70s. Them taking the Tesseract would then kind of. Oh no! Wait, never mind. That kind of the same thing.
Right.
Because they put it.
Can I just say it's like the branch theory universe? So it. Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
So
Yeah, let's continue.
then we get
We're
into the
almost
fight.
done.
Yeah. So then we get into the fight with Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor versus Thanos. And
How
I
did you
love-
feel that he had Stormbreaker and Mjolnir?
I was just about to mention that.
I thought
Yeah.
that was, honestly, for me, I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, he did steal the weapon. He might as well use it.
Well, technically no, because at
But
that point,
But
He
there was
kinda it answers questions. Because remember in Ragnarok, Thor calls Mjolnir, but it doesn't come for some reason. I was like,
well, I think.
huh.
Well, oh, are you talking about for after it gets broken?
No. That's. I think this is Dark World. What?
Yeah, Dark World and Dark World because he called Mjolnir for the first time, but it didn't come.
That's weird. Well, I think I think ultimately
And-
the reason they did that was because of what happens. So
But remember, Mjolnir is one thing that can't be changed. So take it at a time. It's immune to the effects of time. They even
Yeah.
state that.
Yep,
So
that means they-
it makes sense why Mjolnir didn't show up the first time he called it in Dark World, but it came the second time.
Probably.
Oh,
was
so
the
you're
third.
saying you're saying they kind of set that up so
Because after watching the movie, it made sense for some movie plot holes that pissed me off during other movies.
yeah, so they were kind of retconning some of the mistakes.
Yeah, they were fixing plot holes that they put in. I think those were purposed in the other
Probably.
movies because the way everything plays out, it makes sense why those plot holes are now there. It was them fucking with time. It was just us not understanding, you know?
Well,
Till
it's like
now.
not being released yet.
But so in a sense, like at first, Iron Man, Thor, and Cap are doing really good, but Thor or Thanos starts getting the advantage over them.
He starts Thanosing him.
Iron Man gets knocked the hell out.
Yeah.
No, he gets knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, and Thor almost gets the same treatment that he gave Thanos with Stormbreaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then
And then one of the greatest moment, which everybody clapped when I was in the theater.
Oh yeah.
All of
Oh,
a
yeah,
sudden,
same
you
here.
get freaking Thanos smacked down, and you see Mjolnir, flying and then flying backwards into the hands of Captain America.
Captain freaking America.
Everybody's
dude,
like, I knew it.
I knew it. And
I
then
wasn't expecting them to do that.
hit.
Like I was just shocked, but also like happy at the same time.
Dude,
That was the tear.
and his attacks in between throwing the shield as well as tossing
using the hammer.
like go
Oh,
back and forth was really cool. And him apparently also using the lightning ability of Mjolnir. That pissed off Thanos too, to the point where he breaks his shield.
oh
This is
yeah.
like so kind of like
Thanos kind of rage quit like a bitch when he broke his shield.
Yeah,
Let's
and
be
then
honest, he rage quit like a bitch.
he
Yeah.
tosses Iron Man. And he's all talking about how, dude, I think this is and oh no, I need to talk about what Thanos said when he confronts when Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor start the fight, because he says, at first it was just going to be half the population, but because of you guys, it made me think of something. Is like, as long as there are people like you that want to, fight, my plans will never, nothing will ever change. And he said, so instead of reducing half the population, I'm going to just create a vast new universe.
One for you won't be there to tell them what happened.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Our universe born out of bloodshed. Don't never know.
Yeah.
Except
You'll
what
be
they
dead.
just gained.
And then, so yeah, Captain America gets knocked down, and Thanos tells him that, when I destroy your world, and you see like the Chitauri and all of his armies freaking coming out of the ship. He's like, I'm going to enjoy it.
It's like I don't usually enjoy this stuff.
Dude, that reminded me.
At first, it wasn't personal, but this I'm going to enjoy.
Dude, that reminded me of like the comic book Thanos, where he
Yes.
fucking enjoys killing people.
Well, he has a boner for Lady Death.
Yes.
For that version, yes. For this version, he's just a confused psychopath.
They couldn't reuse the lady.
No, he's just a fucking confused dictator.
Yep.
Oh, now let's get on to the second most epic thing for this.
Oh.
The next epic thing in this film. So as he's about to, as Cap feels like he's about to face this whole army alone, all of a sudden these portals start open up from what looks like the sling rings.
Yes.
And the first three that come out are Black Panther, his
Falcon.
sister, and Falcon and the guard.
That made
And
me
Groot.
cry.
And Groot. And
That
then
made me cry.
when everybody starts showing up, and then we start getting more people. We get everybody that was killed on Titan, Doctor Strange, Drax, which my wife loves Drax because she finds him funny. Dude, he's a hilarious character.
Yeah, I don't
Especially-
blame you.
especially with what we're going to talk about. Then you have Mantis and Spider-Man that pop up, and then everybody
Doctor
else.
Strange.
And it's not just the Marvel heroes that died. It is everybody. As Guardians, Wakanda, the mages, everybody shows up for this final fight.
Yup.
It's like
This
just like,
feels
is this
more
everyone?
like a war
Yeah.
than Civil War ever did.
By the way, I love.
No, it's like this final battle makes Civil War's battle
Look like
filler.
shit.
I love
Look
that.
I love the where he's like, "Is this everybody? What, you want more? Don't be ridiculous."
It's like, oh yeah, I also liked it how like Pepper just came flying in, just like
Yeah, with her armor, that was cool.
Rescue.
rescue.
And I love that they brought back, as we're panning towards Captain America. You see all the heroes. He's like, Avengers,
Who's
assemble.
assemble?
And dude, one scene that I absolutely love from the first Avengers movie is during the battle of New York. There's a scene where after not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow gets one of those space speeders from the Jatari. It pans off to each and every character doing like all this epic shit. They did that exact same type of like thing for this fight.
Well, they kind of have
Where-
to.
Where like the biggest thing, which I thought was hilarious, you see Iron Man or Ant-Man
back.
as Giant Man freaking go up
Giant
and
Ant-Man.
punch out the space whale.
The
Yeah.
the Chitauri warship.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at one point, like they're all they each are taking out all these enemies, and you see Drax run up to the big dude and start
It's like
stabbing him.
stabbing him in the back. It's like,
Yep.
"Ah!"
It was nice to see everyone get a chance to shine in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, that was a real tear-jerking moment in the film. Like, I got tears welling up right now thinking about it because that was just
I love it.
beautiful.
yeah, and it gets crazier because as they're fighting, Hawkeye shows up, and he has the gauntlet, and they're like, he's like, "Is there any way we can send these back?" And they're like, "Our time machine got destroyed," and
No.
he's like, "Yeah." Ant-Man's like, "Not all of them," and we hear the jingle. Like, does anybody see a big ugly brown van?
I love how they're like, "Yeah, I found your shitty van."
It's like, how did that not get destroyed?
Right! Everything, his shitty van survives.
And they're like, okay, and I love that they were pretty much passing the gauntlet,
Oh,
to
yeah,
like
and
each of the heroes. First it's Hawkeye, then it's Black Panther taking the
it's
gauntlet,
like Clinton.
and then it's Spider-Man. By the way, I love the moment where he's
Spider-Man
he's-
and Tony like reunite.
that, but I'm saying, when Spider-Man's swinging around to kind of avoid. No, wait, no, sorry. Before avoiding all this stuff, activate insta kill.
It's like it's a kill mode.
Oh, that was freaking hilarious.
Dude, he's in the next moment we see him, he's like in a pile of dead Chitauri.
Dude. The fact that the male characters got a chance, the mages got every faction got a chance to shine in that fight. And then it was the women.
Oh, and then
That made me stand up.
Marvel.
And I wasn't the only one in theaters who stood up and started cheering. Because I was like, I don't care if I look retarded. I got to do this, you know?
oh,
Because that was just inspiring.
speaking of that, like I said, so Spider-Man starts swinging around to try to get the gauntlet away from everybody, and at the same time, Scarlet Witch shows up, and she is fucking pissed.
You took everything from me.
From me.
I don't even know you.
You will.
will.
dude, he bitched out. Thanos fucking bitched
He
out.
bitched out like
Yep.
He bitched out
hardcore.
on her.
He was a sore loser. He's like, oh, dudes, use a orbital
Artillery
bomb.
fire.
Use artillery fire. It's like, sir, but our troops. I don't care.
care.
Just
And then they just fire away.
I kind of felt bad for Spider-Man because you know he's still a teenager, and all of a sudden he gets shot out, gets blasted, and he's like in this pile of rubble, cowering,
That was awesome.
making sure he doesn't get.
How everyone from Doctor Strange's area used their magic to make a barrier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then as they're about to attack, and I love as everybody's about to get killed, all of a sudden the guns start pointing up, and they're like, "Where are they shooting at?"
Something just entered orbit.
And then here comes Captain Marvel.
Whoop,
Just
whoop.
coming in there and destroying the ship.
No, I'm gonna say this right now. Looking at what's his name's face, Thanos, he was probably thinking, "Oh, fuck."
The look on his face was like it was a oh fuck moment. So yeah,
So then, I heard that this is an issue for some people. I don't know. I honestly don't care for it. I'm not gonna, because people are going into the whole fucking politics thing. It's such bullshit. So Captain Marvel takes the gauntlet, and
Like,
you
I'm
see
fine with that.
you see the entire army, and Spider-Man's like, "Are you sure you can handle that?" And all of the female superheroes show up, and they're like, "Don't worry, she'll have backup."
she's not alone.
Yeah, she's not
well,
alone.
that's fine. That's fine.
I didn't care for it. I didn't care for that kind of I didn't think that would be something serious to
That
talk
didn't
about.
bother me.
No.
Yeah, like it's just like Captain Marvel can't do it alone, pretty much, because
Yep.
otherwise she can't fully get there. So she needs
And
cover
again-
whilst this happens.
And she just blasts, just barrels through the entire army. And again, Thanos, freaking being a sore
Being a
loser,
bitch.
takes his double sword staff thing and javelins it through the van, blowing it up.
And here
dude,
I thought the van would survive.
Right?
by the way,
Thank you. I thought I was the only one. I was like, is that thing gonna be the sole survivor of Endgame? Boom. Oh, fuck that thought.
oh, by the way, in between the battles, there was a line that I forgot. I wanted to mention because you see Captain or Iron Man and Doctor Strange reunite, and he asks Doctor Strange, "Hey, that
So
one
we had-
moment, is
so we
this
had
the
a one
one?"
in a million. Well, if I tell you, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and then
and the
So-
the Tony and the
By the way-
the Tony and the Spider-Man scene that was heartwarming because I
That-
had to loop.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
That
let's-
made me cry because just the fact for Peter was like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Stark.
oh, I love
we're doing
that.
this. We're doing this. Oh, this is nice. This is nice." That's just, oh, you're an idiot, Peter, but
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I felt like I had to mention it.
dude, thank you for bringing that up because that was a great moment.
I
That was
love that
one of the
scene.
most heartfelt moments in the movie.
Yep.
There's another thing. By the way, did you notice that they did a callback from when Captain America was holding the gauntlet, trying to keep Thanos at bay
Yeah.
Oh
with
yeah.
Captain Marvel? Yeah, so Captain Marvel does the same thing. Thanos has the gauntlet, and he was about to use the stones, but Captain Marvel stops him, and she's holding gauntlet. He tries to push her back, and it doesn't work.
Nope.
And there's a brief second where again he's like, "Oh fuck."
Yep.
He takes out
And
the
he
power
even
stone
headbutts
And
her.
she literally she actually gets him on his knees because she freaking lifts up and is about to punch him, But he decides, you know what? I got the Power Stone. I'm going to take the Power Stone out and freaking punch you with full blast with it.
It looked like for a moment he didn't know what he was gonna do, and he had a sobering thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
now I will say, I was talking to my wife about this. This part, I kind of think that this was like the moment where Iron Man thought, this is the end. Because Thanos is about to use the gauntlet. And you have a brief moment where Doctor Strange looks towards Iron Man, and Iron Man looks back at him. And I'm telling you, I have this feeling that he was kind of noting, like when he's doing his spell, he's like pointing up, like this is the one moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and by the way, can I point out that if it's too, I don't think it's too late. They're using nanotech.
Yeah.
For
now-
the gauntlet. So
yeah, they are. Yeah.
Iron Man before Thanos uses the gauntlet, grabs the gauntlet, and
Then
we
gets
don't
knocked
see
all the way.
it. We don't see it. So I think what ended up happening was, you see, or better yet, so he gets kicked away or pushed away, and Thanos is like, I'm inevitable. And you hear this, he snaps his fingers, but nothing happens. And he looks, and all the stones are gone.
Yep.
And so Iron Man used the nanotech within his own suit to grab the stones
Yes.
to
Like since the glove was made out of nanotech,
and move them.
Just move it.
Yeah, and move the stones to his hand. And I love, like I said, I love this line where Thanos says, "I'm inevitable." He says, "And I am Iron Man."
And I
am Iron Man.
You know, that moment when Thanos was watching his army disintegrate, and he just sits down and he looks tired.
He's like, "I'm beat.
I'm done.
You won."
Yep.
He's like in utter disbelief
It
about
hurt.
him losing.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but it hurt to see Thanos like that, all beaten up.
Yep.
Yep.
He spent like his pretty much entire life just for this one goal,
and now it's gone.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
lost.
Now let's get to the worst part. The most heartbreaking moment. Now,
Okay.
I've heard complaints that Tony or Robert Downey Jr. didn't express as much emotion as he probably should have with his dying moments. Here's my thoughts on this.
He was dying.
I feel that the way they presented it, more likely he's in so much pain that it's unbearable. He can't feel anything.
You can't make him overly like it's like overly sad because otherwise that takes out even more of it.
Yeah.
But you can't like it's just like
In
what do
a
you
sense,
expect?
I will
like-
say, in a sense, it almost seems believable when it comes to somebody dying. And oh my gosh, the whole role reversal, where it's like Spider-Man now crying for freaking Iron Man. Yeah. And then Pepper also showing up. Oh, and her fucking line, she's like, "We're gonna be okay. You can rest now."
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, don't do this to me. Don't fucking do this to me."
That made me cry so hard.
I just like sat there just like with my mouth open, just like
Like, you fucking assholes, why did you do this to me?
Right?
And then, oh my gosh, the funeral scene. Like, everybody, like, all of our heroes have come together.
Yep.
And within the wreath of flowers is his first arc reactor. And
proof that Tony Stark had a heart.
Has a heart.
That was I love that callback. I can't believe they did that, and I appreciate them for doing that.
If you watch that movie and don't shed a single tear at all, you have no soul.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
that.
I didn't fully shed a tear, but I just felt so bad.
And then
But you know what I mean, right, Sage?
Yeah, I get what
If
you
you
mean.
don't feel anything, that
Yeah.
he just gave up the one thing that he said in the movie, undo everything Thanos did, but keep the last 5 years. They're important.
Yeah.
Yep.
If that hit so hard,
Yeah,
like
like
I
it
just
just hit me so
busted
hard.
out crying in the theater
yeah.
because man, it just showed how much Tony had grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
much? How
From
much?
an
He,
And-
arrogant person to
go ahead.
from
what's
like an
it? What's
arrogant
it?
person to a humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the bodyguard? I'm trying to remember his name.
I don't
Happy.
remember. Happy.
Happy.
Thank you, Sage.
Dude. The dialogue he has with Happy has
daughter.
with Stark's daughter.
Morgan.
He's all talking about cheeseburgers. He's like, hey, if you want, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. And she's like, I want cheeseburgers. And you guys are calling back from the first
That's
Iron
real.
Man movie
Oh,
Yeah.
where he
Yeah.
remember when he escapes his capture and when he gets
I
back
want
into, I want a cheeseburger.
yep.
He's like, I'll get you all the cheeseburgers you want. I was like, oh, freaking A.
That movie just punches you right in the dick.
Oh no, but it didn't even stop there. Oh my gosh. So after the
Oh.
funeral, Captain America, like, they have to figure out who's going to take all of the stones back, and Captain America volunteers.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, so after we send him, probably within 5 seconds he'll be back. So what ends up happening, and as if one of you guys pointed out, with them going back in the 70s
I think
was
it was
probably
me.
was the nail in the head on what he wanted to do.
Yep.
So after more than 5 seconds, they're like trying to wonder where's Cap at. By
Where
the way,
the hell is he?
By the way, he returned. I'm assuming he returned Mjolnir.
He did. He most
did.
likely would.
So what ends up happening is Sam or Falcon and
Bucky.
Bucky.
I think it was
Are-
Bucky that noticed him first.
It was Bucky.
It was Bucky that noticed him. They're like, "Where's he at?" And Bucky's like, "Hey, look over there." And you see this old man, and it's old man Captain America.
Yep. Who's like lived in the entire timeline that he left, pretty much as
He
was
lived-
frozen.
I love how he's
he
like.
finally
took
got that dance.
I love how he was like, I took your advice, Sam. I went and got me some of that life you were talking about. How was it? It was beautiful.
He's like, "You want to talk about it?" No.
You want to talk about her? No,
No.
I don't think I will.
He's like, "But I will give you this." And oh my gosh,
When he's like,
them
and they were
passing-
like, what are they going to do? What's the world going to do without Captain America? You know, I've been thinking about that. And here,
Yeah.
try it on. How's it feel? Like it's not mine? Feels like it is yours.
Yeah, and it's also like a good
Dude,
reference to like
that moment where he's literally passing the torch is
Yep.
just a great fucking moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
and it's
is.
also like, and also in the comics that like Falcon becomes Captain America for a time being.
Yeah. I love how before Steve goes back, Bucky looks at him and smiles and goes, I'm going to miss you. That just hurt.
Yeah.
But for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just like great conclusions to characters. Like,
So as we move forward, we've lost Iron Man and Captain America.
Well, we
Cap's
didn't really
still-
lose him. He's just old man Cap.
Yep.
Yeah, like he's still there, but like,
Dude, he's like he's almost in
his.
he's in his 90s and almost 100 years old. And more like we've lost Captain America.
No,
Okay,
he's,
you-
no, because he's still able to stay alive because of the fact that he has. The
Super
soldier
Soldier Suit.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to die if he gets more super soldier formula. He'll come back.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, not probably. That's what happens. It's
Oh,
like
geez.
it's a drug. If you take a lot of it, it will bring you back. It will reanimate your cells.
Yeah, what happened? Like Cap stayed frozen for like a few decades, and he was still in peak physical health.
Yeah. So, I want to know what your guys' thoughts were. Like, because when I went to after the credits,
We have to mention the last scene where it was like, was that like song was Cap and Peggy dancing?
Yes.
yes.
Oh, that.
That was just like, oof.
Honestly, I think that was a good way to end the film. It really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, like it's just like I have nothing to say bad to say about the film.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
I got nothing other than to say, if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
It's the
But
best.
hey,
can't do
Hey,
it full justice.
before we finish, because people were expecting a end credit scene,
I was.
I was.
instead,
Yeah, so was I.
so was I. But I love what they did.
Yes.
No end credit scene this time.
No, well, if you pay attention and listen very carefully, it's the same. It's what sounds like a hammer hitting an anvil or metal.
Yes.
So, and it's a callback from the first Iron Man film.
Yes.
I love the fact that they did that.
Right.
Yep.
And it just goes to show how much time and they put into that character.
Without Robert Downey Jr., we wouldn't have had one of the best characters in the Marvel Cinematic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fight me on that.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that like Thor joins up with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, that.
That was hilarious.
And
Yes.
what's her name? Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Becomes
Oh,
the
The
leader.
king of Asgard, of New Asgard.
Queen. Well, in this case, whole king, whatever.
Leader.
And I will say I do love the fact that when the Guardians show up, Gamora, I guess, is missing. So they're gonna go find her. But you have this brief moment where everybody's egging on Thor and Peter to hash it out to see who's leader.
It's like we got knives.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so overall, that was such a good film. It really was.
Yes.
It's a masterpiece.
Yes, I agree with you, Vegan. That movie's gonna never be topped in my eyes.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling nobody's gonna top that for quite some time. And apparently, right now, it is breaking a lot of records when it comes to how much money it's making.
Dude, I'm going to go see it again this coming weekend with I'm taking Aiden, and
I'm seeing it again.
I'm taking Ronnie, and I'm taking Skelly, Jonathan, my pseudo family that's been there for me since before I had you guys.
All right.
Since I'm heading out to Canada, I think this is a good way to. It's symbolic for me to say, hey, we all came from our own separate ways, and I appreciate you guys. So let's share in this one moment together,
Right.
Because this moment needs to be shared with everyone that you love. Because the underlining tone of togetherness and family and love is something that I took to heart from the movie, and which is why I guess at the end of the movie I cried. Like while we were talking about Tony's death scene, I started tearing up again because nothing is going to be better than this. The strong ties it has to togetherness, and you're better as a unit instead of a singularity, rings so strong in this movie.
Well, not to mention the bonds that have been created for a good amount of years as this whole thing has played out.
By the way, in my opinion, like I wouldn't mind if the MCU just ended here, since in my
Yeah.
opinion,
I'm with you. They can end now, and I'd be a happy man.
because
Yeah.
I feel like if they just add more movies to it, it doesn't exactly feel like the end of a good story.
The end of a generation.
Yeah,
You can kind of look at it as this, as an end of one generation and the start of a new one.
That's what I was thinking, Sage.
Yeah.
like, 'cause this actually does feel like an ending that actually there's no other stories left to tell. Like,
Yes
and
and
also
no. There's still a
kind
lot
of
they can do.
said, nothing will kind of top that. And
Right.
I guess it's just a masterpiece overall.
It's a cinematic masterpiece because
Yep.
even critics don't hate it.
Yeah.
People are going to critique the shit out of it that don't understand nerd culture as a whole. But as a shot to nerd culture as a whole, it was an amazing thing. And getting to see Stan Lee one more time,
Oh yeah, definitely.
getting to see a great man that we lost
Yeah.
one more time was, without a doubt, one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a long time. That even though he's gone, his legacy is here.
Yep.
Because the whole movie felt like a thing about legacy, togetherness, family. That nothing we do really isn't meaningless. It all has a purpose.
Right.
Yep.
So
At least that's what I take away from the movie. If I'm digging too deep into it, it's because it touched a part of my soul that I thought was long since dead.
right.
It was just the greatest way they could ever end something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think we're gonna start closing it off. We spent actually longer than I thought we would.
I knew we would. That's why I'm
Yeah,
not too
same.
butthurt, but I'm still going to go stream Fortnite.
Oh
Cool.
god. I'm
Why?
gonna
Buy
go.
myself some lunch.
So once again,
It's still early enough for a Fortnite stream.
for final ratings, I'm giving it
10 out
10
of
out of
10.
10.
10
Yeah.
out of 10 here.
10 out of 10.
Perfect.
So that is a full. So for everybody, that is a just across the table or across the board, 10 out of 10 from everybody. We all find this to be a masterpiece.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
really enjoyed it. We enjoyed the characters. We enjoyed the character development. What characters had to go through,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
especially
pain-
Thor.
The pain and suffering, the
I was
life
gonna-
lessons. You okay,
Yep.
Say?
The utter hopelessness from a lot of the characters.
Yeah. I was
Yep.
gonna mention like a theory of mine, but like I don't think that's really appropriate right now.
Yeah, not later date, man. Later
Yeah,
date.
later day.
Write it
So-
down. I'd like to
Yeah.
hear it.
I would
Yeah.
too. So I'm gonna start closing it off now, guys. Want to thank everybody who stopped by to listen to us talk
Bitch
about
and cry.
and talk about spoilers and how we thought about them. If you guys can like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it.
And from all of us to all of you, have a great and safe weekend.
Yep.
Yep.
And I want to thank Vegan, Magi,
Hey.
Sage, Aiden, who was briefly on here, and MJ for coming on. This is Rob and everybody signing off. Have a good one and take care.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Rob, do you have time to talk after this?
I do.